When you want to lower your blood pressure quickly, your first instinct is probably to look in your medicine cabinet. But some of the most immediate chemical responses actually start right in your kitchen. The real danger of high blood pressure is how quietly it operates. It builds up in the background. There are usually no warning signs, no headaches, and no obvious physical symptoms to tell you something is wrong. By the time a doctor flags your numbers on a routine visit, that elevated pressure has already been forcing your heart to work harder. It has been quietly stressing the delicate filtering system in your kidneys and testing the limits of the blood vessels in your brain. When you finally get that diagnosis, it feels sudden, it's frightening, and naturally you want an immediate, fast-acting fix to make the problem go away before any more damage is done. But searching for an overnight cure is a dangerous distraction. Waiting for a magic pill leaves your vital organs vulnerable to continued stress, while causing you to ignore the daily, actionable choices that actually regulate your system. The truth is, specific natural compounds found in everyday fruits begin to regulate your blood vessel function within hours of you eating them. However, there is a massive gap between this rapid biological response and the internet myth of an instant, permanent cure for hypertension. You have to understand the difference between an acute biological response and a lasting drop in your baseline blood pressure. The flat line represents your high baseline blood pressure. Consuming the right fruit causes a temporary spike in vascular dilation. By repeating this process daily over 3 weeks, the compounding effect of these temporary spikes drags your baseline numbers down. So biologically fast means you get temporary pressure relief today. Clinically, fast means committing to a multi-week regimen of daily habits to see a lasting change. If you want to start this process, bananas and citrus fruits are the most accessible entry point. These fruits work by targeting one specific mechanism. They are rich in potassium, acting as a biological counterweight to sodium in your bloodstream. When your sodium levels are too high, your body reacts by holding on to water. That excess trapped fluid physically increases the volume inside your blood vessels, forcing the walls to stretch and bulge under the rising pressure. Introducing a surge of potassium sends a signal to your kidneys. It prompts them to release that trapped water and flush the excess sodium out through your urine, safely venting the pressure. But there is a strict mathematical limit to how well this works. Potassium is a pressure release valve, but it cannot outpace a diet that is continually overloaded with ultra-processed, high-sodium foods. Eating a banana or an orange is highly effective for balancing normal daily sodium intake, but it is mathematically useless if you continue flooding your system with massive salt surpluses at every single daily meal. Sometimes the problem isn't fluid volume, it's the physical state of the pipes themselves. If your blood vessels are too stiff or narrow to allow proper flow, you need a different tool. You need watermelon. Watermelon is packed with an amino acid called citrulline. Once ingested, your body converts citrulline directly into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a signaling molecule telling the smooth muscles around your blood vessels to relax. This shows stiff pipes. You have a narrow blood vessel with rigid walls, actively restricting the flow of cells inside. As nitric oxide hits your system, those walls relax. They expand outward, widening the passage and dropping the pressure. This is one of the fastest biological reactions you can trigger with food. The conversion of citrulline into nitric oxide and the resulting dilation occurs within hours of eating watermelon. But because the effect is temporary, you cannot eat one slice on a Sunday and expect wide-open vessels on a Wednesday. You need a high, regular dietary volume to maintain optimal nitric oxide levels throughout the week. Our final category of intervention includes berries, like blueberries and strawberries, and pomegranates. These fruits deliver a dense payload of anthocyanins and heavy antioxidants. Anthocyanins are natural plant pigments that act as structural protectors for your vascular system. They don't aggressively flush out water or temporarily widen your pipes. Instead, they actively reduce long-term inflammation and heal physical microdamage along the walls of blood vessels. This table summarizes the strategy. Bananas provide potassium to flush fluid. Watermelon provides citrulline to widen the pipes. Berries provide antioxidants to repair the walls. Because berries are doing repair work rather than fluid management, they will not give you an immediate feeling of physical relief. While you won't get the instant gratification of the vasodilator, Repairing that underlying inflammation is the mandatory long-term investment you have to make if you want to permanently lower your resting blood pressure. To win this fight, you need a multi-front defense. You flush the excess sodium, you widen the pipes, and you repair the damaged walls, all at the same time. Fruits are powerful, but they work best as part of a bigger picture, reducing excess salt, staying active, managing stress, and getting enough sleep. All of these play a role too. Think of fruits as your allies. They support your body, strengthen your system, and make it easier for everything else to work. The absolute fastest way to lower your blood pressure is to stop looking for a 24-hour miracle cure and start executing a consistent routine today. Start where you need it most. If your diet is slightly high in salt, grab a banana for an easy sodium balance. If you want to optimize your nitric oxide and reduce inflammation, add watermelon and pomegranate to your morning routine. True cardiovascular resilience doesn't come from a single isolated superfood. It comes from the deliberate, compounding power of giving your body the daily tools it needs to repair itself.